Hello and welcome to today's edition of African Issues, highlighting a very special son of Africa who made his debut in the music industry in the United States, internationally. He's had several number one hits. He's an international superstar. Remember when South Africa hosted the World Cup? One of his songs was the theme song for the World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about none other than Akon. Actually, I'm not here to talk about Akon's music. I'm here to talk about what Akon is doing in Africa and the impact that he is having in Africa, changing lives, making a difference, impacting the economy, bringing development in Africa. This is about Akon lighting Africa. Akon actually grew up in a small village in Senegal, which had no electricity. And if you're from Africa, you can relate to this. Without light, without electricity, everything comes to a halt when darkness falls. Business, school, education, everything, even sometimes doing your home chores, it's so difficult to, carry anything out without light. And so you can imagine how hard it was. And people would resort to stuff like the kerosene lamp, which is very dangerous, or lighting a candle. And this is how also historically African families tend to gather around the fireside in the evenings when darkness falls. So Akon knew about growing up without lights. Given his success in the music industry, it was time for Akon to give back to Africa. And what did he do? He thought about providing light to some of those African villages. And his experience was not unique to him. Millions of Africans go through that. So in Washington, D.C., he met up with his good time friend from olden days. They got together, they talked about the challenges that they had growing up without electricity in their little city in Senegal. And they challenged themselves that, what can we do about it? They decided to get together and make a change, make a difference. And Akon Lighting Africa was born. So here we have two Senegalese brothers, good friends, actually doing something, getting together and challenging themselves to make a difference in Africa. Guess what? When they decided to light up Africa, they reached out to another African brother who has made a very big success in the clean energy industry, and that is none other than Samba Bathily. So here we have Akon, we have Theon Niang and Samba Bathily teaming up to form a very, very powerful group to light up Africa. And so they're in Africa right now. They are impacting nations, changing villages, changing lives. But you know what? When good things are done by Africans, we don't hear much about it. We do not hear enough about it. When good things are happening in Africa, the media is not really picking it up. So that is why we're highlighting the work of Akon to make sure that every ear gets to hear about what Akon is doing in Africa. This is just huge. Akon Lighting Africa is one of the biggest projects carried out by African diaspora in Africa, impacting millions and just changing lives. So we're highlighting this project because, number one, Akon is not only using or only providing electricity. Actually, clean energy, that's the word. clean energy, environmentally friendly energy, solar energy, using the natural resources of Africa, which is the sunlight, to light up Africa. The second thing I want to highlight about Akon Lighting Africa is the fact that the team is actually working with the youth. Young men and women are being taught the skills of installing solar panels from village to village, country to country. So they're learning skills that will help them today and in the future in this industry. So this is very, very impactful. The third impact is education. You know how hard it is for students to get home from school. Once darkness falls, they cannot even open their books to do their homework. What an impact in education. So today, children in these villages can get home and there is light. After completing their home chores, they can actually open their books, complete their homework. They can stay up later at night, help their parents. I mean, it's just wonderful. Finally, everyone knows how important light is to any business. Without light, when darkness falls, business is closed for the day. With Akon Lighting Africa, it's empowering communities, bringing development, bringing growth, because businesses can operate extended hours. Look at that. That is so huge. Akon Lighting Africa, impacting Africa, changing lives, changing millions of lives. It's a great project. My beautiful people, if you ever think about doing anything for Africa, no matter how small, you don't have to be big like Akon. You don't have to be a millionaire. If you ever think about doing anything for Africa, the time is now. Thank you for watching.